and News.
Tomorrow's headlines today. Good afternoon, Klamath Basin. It's Thursday, November 29th, 2018. I'm Kurt Liedtke with the Herald and News. Here's a preview of stories that you can find in tomorrow's edition of the Herald and News. These are tomorrow's headlines today. Integral Youth Services held an open house at its youth center location on Thursday evening as a thank you to the community for the fundraising efforts this year that saved the vital after-school youth center from closure. Kids, staff, and board of directors welcomed visitors with tours of the site detailing all the services offered for kids in the community. In January, it was announced that without a large influx of funds, the youth center would be forced to close. A fundraising goal of $35,000 was set to keep the youth center open for much of the year, and while that goal ultimately fell short within the allotted timeline, the amount raised was enough to convince the IYS board to keep the youth center open while continued funding avenues were pursued. 4 Southern Oregon universities signed an agreement Thursday to bolster connections between their programs and increase higher education accessibility in the region. The presidents of Klamath Community College, Oregon Institute of Technology, Rogue Community College, and Southern Oregon University entered into a memo of understanding to establish the Southern Oregon Higher Education Consortium at an event hosted by KCC. The goal is to share resources and information, streamline and improve similar programs at each school, and address specific workforce needs for industry in the region. They also plan to improve the credit transferring systems between each respective school. The Fremont-Wainema National Forest is selling Christmas tree permits now through Monday, December 24th at all forest offices and numerous vendors in the area. Permits are $5 and are not refundable. A maximum of 5 permits can be purchased. The permits are valid for 5 years, so if weather or other conditions make it impossible to get a tree this year, the permit is still valid for use within the next 4 years. 4th graders with a valid Every Kid in a Park pass and accompanied by an adult can get a free Christmas tree permit from Forest Service offices. The free EKIP permits are not available from vendors. The deadline for the annual Snowflake Festival Gingerbread House competition is drawing near. All submissions can be dropped off on Sunday from 10 to 4 or on Monday from 9 to 1 at the Klamath Basin Home Builders Association offices at 205 Riverside Drive. All entries must be completely edible. Paper, plastic, glass, toothpicks, lollipop sticks, etc. are not acceptable as part of the structure or scene. Builders must provide a list of all materials used in the house or scene. And gingerbread must be homemade. Nothing pre-baked, no pre-packaged or kit materials allowed. Construction using graham crackers, pretzels, cereal, or other edible materials is allowed. And those are just a few of the stories you can find detailed in the Friday, November 30th Herald and News. Be sure to follow us online via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and of course, heraldandnews.com. You can also subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and Google Play Music. Be sure to check back each day for the latest podcast videos and breaking news impacting the Klamath Basin, and thanks for listening.